how to code. Not one line, no computer science degree, no bootcamp, no tutorials I actually finished. Just me, a phone, and an idea I couldn't shake. 3 weeks ago I decided to build a fitness app using AI. Not as a side project, not as a joke, but because I genuinely needed something that didn't exist yet. Today I'm opening it up completely. You're going to see what's working, what's broken, and exactly how messy this process really is. Let me back up and tell you how this actually started. I got back into fitness after a long break, the kind of break where you walk into a gym and everything feels unfamiliar again. So I did what most people do. I downloaded the top fitness apps, one after another. I tried photo-based progress tracking, and the feedback I got back was so vague it could have applied to anyone. I tried personalized workout plans that clearly weren't personalized at all, the same generic routine dressed up with my name on it. I looked for basic information, simple things like how my numbers were trending week to week, and half the time it just wasn't there, or it was buried 3 menus deep. Weeks turned into months of this, and at some point I stopped being angry at myself for not seeing results, and started being angry at the tools that were supposed to help me see them. So I asked myself a simple question: what if I stopped waiting for someone else to fix this, and just built the thing I actually needed? I had zero coding experience. That part hasn't changed. But I had access to AI, and more importantly, I had a very specific, very personal idea of exactly what was missing. That combination turned out to be enough to start. Not enough to finish, but enough to start. This is where the app stands right now, 3 weeks in. Let me walk you through it honestly. This is the main dashboard. This is what I see when I open the app. This is the tracking screen, where progress actually gets logged over time instead of disappearing into a random photo gallery. This is the section meant to replace those vague, generic plans I kept running into. None of this is polished. None of this looks like it came out of a design agency. But it's real, it's something I use myself every single day, and in some ways it already does more than the apps I was paying a monthly subscription for. Now let's get into what's actually broken, because that's the real point of this video. Problem number 1, sometimes, completely without warning, the screen just turns black. No error message, no crash report, nothing that tells me what went wrong. It just goes dark. My best guess right now is that a piece of AI-generated code is conflicting with another part of the app that was written at a different time, and the two of them don't agree with each other. I haven't fully traced the root cause yet. This is the first thing on my list to fix, and it's the one that worries me the most, because right now I don't fully understand why it happens. Problem number 2, the data on this screen is a mess. Numbers, labels, categories, all of it blended together with no real hierarchy. If you didn't build this yourself, there's a good chance you'd look at this screen and have no idea what you're supposed to be reading. This needs a complete visual cleanup, not just a small tweak. Problem number 3, missing information. These sections are supposed to display real, meaningful data, and right now they're either sitting empty or showing something incomplete. Some of this comes down to a logic error somewhere in the code. Some of it, honestly, I just haven't built yet. It's on the list. Here's the part one want to be completely honest about. Since I can't write code myself, every single feature in this app exists because I described it in plain language and AI turned that description into working logic. That changes how I catch mistakes. A developer might spot a bug by reading the code. I catch mine by using the app and running straight into the problem, sometimes days after it was already there. I'm learning the actual shape of this process in real time, what to ask for, how to describe a fix clearly, when to trust the output and when to double-check it myself. Here's what I actually want this to become. Not another app with a nice interface and nothing underneath it. I want something that replaces the guesswork completely, real tracking that means something, plans that adjust to an actual person instead of a generic template, and feedback that doesn't bury you in noise. That's the destination I'm building toward. Today is just the starting point, and it's a rough one. Tomorrow, I'm focusing on exactly one thing: figuring out why that black screen keeps happening, and fixing it for good. One problem at a time. That's the entire method behind this whole process, and honestly, it's the only way I know how to do this without getting overwhelmed. This is a series, not a one-off video. Every single day, I'll be fixing something in this app and, at the same time, working on myself, because honestly, the two have started to feel connected. If you want to see where this actually goes, good or bad, follow along. Day 2 is coming, and that black screen bug isn't going to fix itself.